one. 89 on up with on the edge BJAPB. And we just sending it tonight, man, just for a brief moment, just to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Kind of try to stay kind of consistent here and there with our viewers. And ain't nobody really in here yet, loved ones, so we can give a couple more minutes to some more people tap in. What's up, Val? What's up, loved one? Get my little stuff all together. Hey, and the people that's tapping in, man, we decided to use the number that we had part of the platform just as a free landline for people to be able to tap in with the channel. Foster A6, what it do? Reg Dog, what it do? Blessing King, what it do? So we got the number on the hand, homie. So if anybody want to tap in, get their voice heard, want to advertise something positive they doing, homie, this the number right here, man. 424-308-2669. And that's the tap in number right there, man. If you want to call in and weigh in on some of the things that we talk about sometime, or if you want to call and advertise something positive, me and BJ, we don't mind, homie, as long as it's positive. And then before we get started too, we're going to shout out a couple homegirls from different neighborhoods real quick. We got the homegirl P-Dog, the homegirl Nene from Inglewood neighborhood Paru. They both BIP. The homegirl T-Nut from Inglewood family. The homegirl Lady EK from CPF. And then to the VNG homegirls, homie, we got Melinda, Big TB, Lil TB, Big Tiny, Lil Tiny, EK Val, Chico, Lady Flag, Lady Nutty, and Lady Mo. And the villain homegirl I forgot yesterday, Lady EK Bell. And salute to everybody that's tapped in with us. BJ, you want to say something before we move into anything?
Shit. Shout out to the homegirls from PDL, the homegirls from Pacoima Paru, the homegirls Shug from 456. You know what I mean? Just to name a few, just so they won't be forgotten either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The homegirl Big KT from PDL, Big Tweety, rest in peace.
Right. And the homegirl Trey Dog from LA Lanes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can't forget Trey Dog and Renee and all them.
For real.
Big Trey Dog, little Trey Dog.
For real. I had a question. You know, a couple people had they asked me, and I know back in the days when I was coming up, you know, it was really, you know, dudes was really looked upon real different and shunned on. It's like when homies was going to jail back in the days, this what they asked, when homies was going to jail back in the days, how was the homies looking at dudes that was picking up the Bible back then, you know, going to jail and snatching up the Bible?
In my generation, you know, if you was a G, I can't really say how people looked at it, because when I first went to prison, I wasn't in the G circle. I stayed in YG business. I didn't really get in the G business back then. But as a YG, if you came to jail and picked up the Bible, didn't nobody trip on you long as you stayed with the Bible. What people did used to look at you sideways, because, you know, you just was out there with the shoot 'em up bang bang, and you're 24 years old. When you come to jail, as soon as you get to prison, you pick up the Bible. It was like, you know, considered taboo back then. You know what I mean? It was like people looked at you like you was running from something. And don't get me wrong, there was some homies that wasn't running from nothing. It was just some homies that their life sentence took all the gas out of them. But yet, when you're young and don't know no better, that's how we think. We think that everybody that try to change their life is a sucker. And most, now that I'm older, I can't say that some of them dudes were smart, because a lot of them dudes that did pick up the Bible then, when they cracked them doors open, they on the streets now. You know what I mean? But the thing I didn't respect is homies that do that, pick up the Bible and all that, and stop banging, and then as soon as they get on the streets, they back in the hood every day. And before long, everybody forgot that they was in the pen carrying the Bible. Now they back wearing the colors and all that.
Right.
So that's why a lot of times that be getting frowned upon.
Right. So that answered that one, man. Appreciate that, because I know in my time, it was like you said, if homies grabbed them Bibles, you know, we kind of expected dudes to stay with the Bible. Then I didn't, you know, been in sales with crazy homies that didn't caught that time, and they be having status and stripes, and they'll just still break out a Bible and have rank and wind up pulling it out and passing it to all the homies in the cell, having everybody reading a verse or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to flip into one more before we get into something else, somebody asked, did you ever know somebody that was into devil worshiping that was banging? Or did you ever hear about that in your career?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, like growing up, a lot of my homies did it, including myself. But when I did it, I'm gonna just be honest, I was playing with it. And the reason I say I was playing with it was because I wasn't serious about it. I was doing it because, in honesty, a lot of women liked that weird, strange behavior. So I call myself doing it just to impress women. You know what I mean? And I was using what I read out the Satanic Bible as an excuse to get women. You know, the acting like I'm putting spells on people and all that old stuff, but really, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. To me, it was just a joke. But I'm not saying nothing as far as disrespecting those that really take it seriously. I'm just saying with me, that's what I was doing, because it is some homies that I know really took it seriously. I'm talking about really prayed to the devil every day. That was their thing.
Yeah, I experienced that in my turf as well, with homies that you know, that was their thing, man, the devil worshiping thing, homie. And I remember it was times in the hood, it might be war season, and the homie would get off some drinks and get to drawing all kind of stuff on the ground with chalk, and burning candles and stuff, and telling everybody how this might play out. And I used to get upset with dude and, you know, cuss him out and all that type stuff, man, because I just like, man, dude is burnt out crazy and stuff, man. But yeah, I experienced it in this turf, and some homies really had a belief with that, homie. Somebody said, Nagai, yeah, that's the homeboy, that's the big homie. Well, gang banging is the devil's work. Yeah, banging is the devil's work. So I guess we all experienced it, homie, and did it. You know, some took it overboard, and some just took it cultural wise, homie. BJ, I'm gonna dive into one more, and then we gonna talk about some females, clown, and have some fun with some females real quick, man, before I move into something else, man. That's cool with you?
Yeah, I'm all with that.
Hey, look, one more thing somebody wanted to ask me. This probably like a younger cat. He said, how do we look at dudes that claim hoods that be banged out but get shot up by the enemies and don't ride for theyself? Like, dudes that just be bullet magnets for the hood, but they ain't finna really go get cracking back. Can you say something on that?
I don't mean no disrespect, because sometimes dudes don't have it in them.
Right.
And what I mean they don't have it in them is sometimes when that hot leg get a hold to their butt, dudes don't know what to do. You know what I mean? They don't know whether to stop banging. And some just don't know what to do because they never been in that position. They never been the type of person to go do nothing no way.
Right.
It was like hood ornaments. Not all of them, but some of them. You got some dudes that really was active, but when that type of situation happens, somebody put a gun in your face and blow half your noodle off, that it traumatizes people.
Right.
But then you got some dudes that was like the hood ornament dudes, them the ones that I didn't really look at them as nothing. I just looked at it like, they made the hood look good. And the hood ornament is like, he basically a paper tiger. You know what I mean? You know how when you see a tiger on paper, he's smiling and look all ferocious, but he ain't gonna never jump off that paper. He's just gonna stay on that paper.
And look tough.
That's it. And you got some dudes that, you got some dudes that be like that. You go to the hood, you see them standing out there all day long, G'd up, creased up, got the hood everywhere on their shirt, got it on their eye, and back of their brains, and on their fingernails and on their toenails, and as soon as somebody comes through, he's the one that take off running. But
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
He attracted women to the hood, so we let him be. You know what I mean? Let him do his thing. He just like the how hoods got a quark sign or the major hood streets in the hood.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He like El Segundo. Everybody know about El Segundo. That's who he is. He
right.
Like El Segundo. Everybody know about him. But some people think he a killer, but really, he don't mean no harm, man. He just trying to fit in where he fit in there.
Right.
Hey,
I got somebody asked Yo G.stuff, what if a New York blood get locked up in LA? What blood card would he run with? BJ, if a homie came from New York and he landed in a California penitentiary or the Los Angeles County Jail and he was a beat off from New York,
you have 60 seconds
how would he function, homie? I'm gonna give my opinion until you come back.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. If an out of town homie came from an out of town place, homie, and came down here and wind up getting jailed down here, and he got a solid character about himself, and he pushing straight with that B and that P, I believe the homies embrace him with a lot of love, homie, no matter what part of the world you come from, pushing this B and P. If you got loyalty and solidarity upon yourself, I think the homies embrace with open arms, homie. That's just me, homie. But now if you come down and you faking and shaking, this how I am, homie. When I was gelling and young, if you say you a blood, homie, and you really with this, and you our age at the time, I expect you to be with the homies 24 and more, really, not just mingling around the yard doing this and doing that. I want you to be tapped in and sold in. So that's what I expect if at them times, if a homie came from a different part of the world, blood and this B and this P, I'd like you to stay tuned in with the homies. When people operate from a place of fear, it's either fight or flight. For real, homie. The world would have less jails and prisons if gangs left the earth. Yeah. But then, homie, you can't say if gangs left the earth because you got to look at the principles that gangs was built on. Side cash. You got to look at the grounds that gangs was built on. We wasn't here for destruction and to knock each other down at the beginning, homie. But the way the system was set up after everything smoothed out, it left us still wanting to fight from our communities and neighborhoods from each other. So you know, it was a whole miseducation that led us up to right here. So yeah, it would be a better place if the manipulation wasn't put down on us to be where we at right now. Val said, good looking G-Half, blood love, stone loves to the NHPs all the time. I'm from Ohio. What should my dress code be when I hit LA to vacate? Okay, so BJ, if an out of town homie came down here real quick, because you got a few questions coming in, well, how should they push, homie? Because I said if an OT homie came down in our gelling times, I expect them to be tapped in with the homies damn near 24 and more. What you would say?
I believe it's best for him to be tapped in with the homies. That way, when he touches down, he can have somebody navigate him through LA so he can learn about LA. That way, the next time he come back out here, he'll know how to navigate on his own.
Right.
Because if you just come out here flamed up and don't know nobody or nothing, and you just looking to have some fun and trying to go places you don't know, that's the wrong move, buddy. Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen bad because you're gonna land up in the wrong neighborhood, and they ain't gonna kill you from out of town. So it's always best to have somebody out here already posted that you mess with that could, put you in the car with them and navigate you to the different blood hoods, different crip hoods, or whatever you represent. And that way you could know who your folks is and where you want to go, and you can learn the city. Just like if we was to come out there, it would be vice versa. It'd be best interest for us to learn where to go instead of just going out there and just run them up.
Right. So you'll want to stay tapped in. Like I say, I want to be tapped in with homies if I go OT, because when I flex out, I want to know where to hit, where I'm comfortable and all that. That's why I like to keep the love fluent from here with out of town homies. Homie, I don't want to look at nobody different because we all gonna need each other eventually. And I got another one. I got two for you real quick. Somebody said much respect to the homie about the good story about Big Frog from Raymond Avenue Crip.
So much love back, homie. Don't need to trip. It's all good. Like we always say, we try to make sure that those that are forgotten, as long as I know them and had a chance to hang with them, I'm going to make sure their families and their friends never forget who they was.
Right.
No matter what hood they from.
Right. Hey, I got one for you real quick. Somebody said, how do gangs benefit our children now? How do being a gang member help their family and kids be successful in the future?
That's a good question. I'm not out there, so I can't really say how things function. All I can say is what should happen. And I know that, like, certain neighborhoods, like, for instance, our neighborhood, we try to, the village towns, the west side, the Bonnie Hunters, the Lanes, Campanellas, all of us around in that circle, we try to push sports. We try to have a hand in teaching sports, the swimming, the track and field, the football, the baseball, the basketball, We even got soccer going on. You know, we try to have a hand in helping the youth become successful. And honestly, sometimes I'm just be real with you. The streets is a powerful drug. It's really an addiction, the streets. And the reason why is because when kids is at these places playing sports, you have to be very hands-on with them. Because if you letting your kids play sports, but you're not supporting them, like having the money to buy the uniform and all that, this is where the homies be coming in at. The homies be the ones stepping up to the plate, putting money up for their uniforms and all that. And when that happens, that's what attract kids to the game, because they remember, like, this dude did this for me and that dude did that. I want to be little such and such or baby such and such. And it don't be intentions for homies to do them that way. It be homies really be sincere about seeing these kids make it in life. But sometimes the streets is very attractive. So it ain't just the gangs. The gangs do encourage kids to do right. It just sometimes people go left, and once they go left, it ain't no need in trying to stop them. You know what I mean? Because it's either they're going to be from your hood, or they're going to walk across the street and be from the other hood. So you might as well keep them. And that's where the parents got to be instrumental at as well, you know. It ain't just on the games. The parents have to be really hands-on and be at these games, you know. I remember when I played sports, it used to hurt me to look up in the stands and not see none of my peoples at the game support me. You know what I mean? So I no longer cared about sports. I just played it for fun whenever the hood played football or something.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
If I'd have had parents at the game being hands-on and buying uniform and making sure I'm going to Las Vegas and all these places, my living room would be full of trophies right now.
Right. My thing is, you know, a lot of like dudes and homegirls from my generation era, you know, a lot of us did introduce our turfs to our kids, homie. And a lot of us, you know, sliced it up in pie and let them just see a little bit here and there of it. And this is the life that's probably why a lot of our kids are spoiled and snobby attituded, and we look at it because we try to share, not share, we try to save them from what we experienced. A lot of, you know, homegirls and homies my age group, we try to spare our kids, homies. So we hustled. We went the extra mile to kind of make sure they didn't have to get out there at 12, 13, and 14 like us. You know, and like you said, the streets got his own calling, homie. You could be all you could be at home for your kid, but when you send your kid off to school, man, it's a whole different galaxy, you know. And if I could tell the youth something, man, I say, man, go to school, learn something, take a trade where you can work your hands and build something where you can always get some paper. I say that be the number one skill, man, because I learned carpentry. I got certificates in that, and I can build stuff. I'm good with my hands. I can put a house together with help and all that. And so I say do that, because that's a hustle. You can build chairs, tables, all kind of stuff, and shellac them, paint them, and that's a quick hustle. You know, learn carpentry. You know, and that's basically what I could tell the youth, because it's out of control right now, and every homie in the hood should play their part. You know, homies should start piecing up, getting football teams like back in the days, and let every hood, young group of young dudes out of each community hood play each other, homie. You know, and show the good thing out of it. So at least if they do bang, they know the qualities out of this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, I'm from Oklahoma City Village Crip. So if I came to LA, as long as I'm tapped in and keep it gangster, I should be received. You hearing, VJ?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Because it ain't really about you keeping it gangster. We know you're a gangster just by you claim it. The thing is if you tapped in with some Crips out here and you doing what you're supposed to do, when you come out here, I'm quite sure they're going to respect you as you was in your own hood and treat you like you in your own hood. You know, roll out the blue carpet for you. You know,
Right.
That's just what I think would happen.
One of the homies hit Dante Marshall, said, "What's up, BJ? This is Snake from Eastside Pain. I was your neighbor and sent Nella in the cell with Bandy Man. I'm glad you're still standing tall, blood, through it all. Tell your old Sally, I ball, I send mines, homie."
All the time. I remember you, Snake, homie. Much love, homie. Eastside Parua, my boy. Man, it's good to hear from you and you know, tap in. You know, we put the number on there.
Yeah, we got it.
Tapped in and holler at the cat, you know, and just so you know, Reese Cup is close by, so you know, holler at us.
Hey, and it's the number right here. So anybody that want to chime in, don't want to type a message, just want to call and let your voice be heard on your opinion. This is BJ landline right here that I can answer to keep us tapped in on the program, man. All positive stuff. We ain't talking about negative. We just gonna keep it educational and positive on this number. We not politicking and none of that. It's all educational purpose. If you a female or youth or something, and you want to call this number and advertise something positive you doing for clothing, food, cooking, accessories, or whatever, this number right here is for everybody to tap in and use this platform, the platform, whatever you doing. BJ, somebody that sent this one in, they probably was kind of burnt out, homie. But you know, when people send their donations, man, we gonna send it on what we know about it. You know what I'm saying? And this one asks, have like, you know, because I know in my hood we had a girls' home before, but somebody asked, do we have any homies that was known to mess with like disability females or hearing impaired type females, homie? I got a couple stories. I'm gonna see if you could weigh in on that, man. You ever known some homies that had a crew of disability females running with them or hearing impaired females? And this ain't nothing to bash nobody disability or nothing, but this is things that, you know, if somebody tap in, they request something, man, and they donate it, man, we gonna serve it, man. So you got something on that, BJ?
Yeah, I must say, we had like some apartments in the hood where they used to accept disability men and women. And in them apartments, we had midgets, and we had a bunch of deaf girls. And I'm gonna be clean with you. All the girls looked good. The deaf ones, the midgets, everybody was straight. But in honesty, them deaf girls, homie, they just as they was on it like they was, you know, they could hear. You know, that was the only thing was wrong with them. You know, I remember they used to pull up in the car and see us hanging out, and they get to hollering out the window, and you know, you really couldn't understand them, but you hear them, and they'd turn around and call you to the car, and they'll write on the note paper like, "What's up with your homeboy over there?" You know, and they be out trying to get it too, you know, and I don't mean no disrespect, but homie, they was in the hood turning up. You know what I mean? The midgets was turning up, and we didn't even have a few girls come through in wheelchairs trying to get their rocks off too.
Right,
you know?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Some people, you know, felt like, you know, they need to be blessed with a sex life as well and gave them what they was looking for. I didn't never do it because I just felt some type of way about it. You know, I felt like the person didn't know no better.
Right.
You know, each his own. Yeah, man, it was going down.
Right. Hey, call us back and close us out, BJ, before it get midnight, homie, if you can, man.
All right.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, that's real talk, though. Everybody need love, homie, on everything, man. I remember us having spots like that, and, you know, homies would bring certain homegirls over, and they had their own crews. Crews that have crews, man. You know, shit, man. What they say, it don't fall too far from the tree, so everybody got a crew. And I remember times like that, man. I didn't have good homegirls that was just hearing impaired, but was riders, homie, you know, straight soldiers, homie. I had a hearing impaired homegirl. Every time we rolled strap, she'd want to hold the strap. And the homie used to be like, she didn't care about busing because she couldn't hear anyway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homegirl, though. You know what I'm talking about on everything. She didn't care about the loud sound. She couldn't hear anyway. I'm going to say hearing real shit from the land, from the homies, give me inspiration, bro. I'm a Crip, but consider you my homie. Much love, bro. 405 Village on everything, homie. That's what it is. You know, real recognize real, homie. You know, it don't matter where we from. We all, you know, we vibe with who vibe like us, homie. You know what I'm saying? Top 31 hits. The like button, support the big homie site. Good looking out, homie, on everything, man. And shout out to everybody rocking with the channel, man. I'm trying to get the phone to start ringing for we can hear a voice, homie. Hear somebody's voice really chime in. That's gonna really make it official, like a referee whistle, homie, and really push the G stuff and not that ye stuff. Once the phone ring, and we get a solid homie from the land or OT to get in and really weigh in vocally, homie. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them like buttons up. Yeah, man, appreciate it. Let's get them like buttons up, homie. And yeah, shout out to all the homegirls, man. I gotta get on the road, man, at 12 damn near. But I just wanted to get on here with me and the homie BJ and send some love out. And Bonnie Hunter love to the homies from Hunters that be tapped in, homie, as well. APB got the Social Security building on Avalon Bracken. Yeah, that's the turf all back that way too, homie. 89 on up, G.stuff, not ye stuff. And to OG ENT, shout out to the big homie that he back on the scene, back running it up, back sending that content, man. Keeping himself busy, man. Love and respect from 89 on up. And BJ, man, we send ours to you. And I'm waiting to get on network with you and try to get on your platform, OG. I'm gonna say one of them good active old school Compton stories of my church with Compton. I'm gonna save that one of them stories so when I go on OGNNT, I got some fire to spit. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about these YouTube boxing matches amongst gangbangers? I think is positive. Anytime, homies, anytime somebody can chunk them without popping a pistol or going all out into the streets, that's a good thing, homie. That's a good thing. And yeah, it's a good thing if they can do that, homie. If you know somebody really need to put some money into that and promote that and really run it up and make it real good and positive, because that'll make a lot of youngsters want to get in there and become boxers. Anything the homies can do and make it look fashionable and attractive, the young dudes gonna follow, homie. So if we make going to school, getting PhDs and different degrees look hell of and jazzy, and be going to school G'd up, they gonna do the same thing. You going to college low ride, and they gonna want to do the same thing. So I feel that's a good thing. Hey, Ben Bracken, good looking out, loved one. Yeah, appreciate that, loved one. Somebody said, how often did you kick it in Compton? Well, in them 90s, homie, we used to go out there pretty fluent. You know, we'd go out there at least a couple times out the week, which a few times out the month, and then that's when the West Sides used to have them block parties. And like I said, all the Rue Hoods was like, was all together. So we'd hit each one, homie, hanging out from the Capanellas, the West Side, the Trees, the Fruit Town, the Cedars, all that, homie. Somebody said, Rose Mo was from your turf, right? Yeah, Rose Mo, yeah, that was the young homeboy, solid young homie right there. That's right. That's what's up, Don Moo, James Cash. Yeah. By Black. What's up, loved one? Sins Gangsters. Bonnie Hunter B. Dre trying to get Percy in the ring. I feel like people should really place. I feel like people should size match people, homie. Like not size match them, but it should be somebody else that picked the fight cards, homie. Like have this dude, see if he want to get down with that dude, see if he. I feel it should be like that, homie. West Adam, what's up, love one half salute, dog. Whoop, West Side ends, homie. Yeah, I think they should have people like, you know what I'm saying, line people up, homie. You know what I'm saying? Line people up. But I think somebody was asking me what I think about that cartoon in 600, and it's still some big homies, homie, that's up in that age bracket that could chunk them, homie. Cause I done got in with some of my older homies before, and they was up in their age, homie, and they could still handle themselves, homie. And I believe Cartoon gonna get up in there and make some move, homie. He make some move. He gonna tell, cause Cartoon, them OG dudes, they like low duck fighters. So I believe Cartoon gonna get up in there and kind of serve and work them ribs and all them kidneys and stuff. I respect the no nonsense vibe on this channel. Your platform is 1,000. Good looking out. Yeah, we just try to send it real, James Cash, man. It ain't, this is just me, and this is just how it is, man. And shit, man. This all I know how to send it, homie. Blood no lie, I was banging half ounce gang banging video. I saw you up in there in Barson, whoop. Yeah, on everything, homie. That's what I miss about Half Ounce, homie. He was a dude that could make them songs and get us to all them turfs and get everybody out. And, I miss my homeboy, homie, on everything. Yo, brothers are godfathers in this shit. You and Kev Mac, bro. Man, good looking out. Shout out to Kev Mac, homie. Kev Mac was an influencer with me jumping on the thing, homie. A lot of people might criticize Kev Mac or this and that. But you got to say, homie, he kicked it off and, laid the pavement. And then he opened up the doors for a lot of dudes to do their thing and get a voice and get heard on the scene, homie. So, shout out Kev Mac, homie. And like I said, he was my inspiration. Then I seen Cartoon. Then I had seen Monster Cody. And that's what made me want to really articulate some of my stories in a G fashion when I seen how Monster Cody sent it. And I wanted mine to be kind of like damn near close to how Cody used to just give it up, just G. Like, nigga, we was this what it is, this what it was. And so that's how I wanted 89 up. On up to be, homie, straight G.stuff, not G.stuff, homie, on sending it, homie. Street TV was the first on the scene, then Kev Mac. Yeah, Street TV, but Kev Mac, I think he kept it straight streets, and then Street TV, I think they was kind of moving around or something. Was he kind of moving around, or did he keep it straight hood through his whole thing? But shout out to Street TV too, homie, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations on big 1,000 subscribers, big bro. Yeah, on everything, homie. And I want to shout out everybody that been rocking with us, because for the simple fact, I started organic, homie. I didn't get no help, and not to make nobody feel bad or nothing. I didn't get no help. You didn't really have no homies with no big platform that was dominating like Kev Mac was. So we didn't have nobody to really bring us on. We was all coming through Kev Mac and street TV channels like that, homie. So I didn't get no break like that to get on nobody platform. I just kept it G'd and pushed the line, homie. So I'm grateful to even be here. And like I said, homie, I wasn't, I was just shooting it, homie. I wasn't even thinking it was gonna, go that serious, homie. But this, I'm still here, still in it, and still sending it, homie. It's a blessing to have had a perspective of a real one like you from that life. The one common trait of brothers like you is everybody is real, nothing less. We can tell when some be talking the funk, homie. You have accomplished what you wanted to do. Keep pushing. I like what Skip is doing. Yeah, Skip the big homie too. Skip, I know Skip from when I was young, homie. He used to be, be in my turf, homie. Big old afro, Chuck Taylor's, khakis on, with the business, homie. And he was in our turf at that time in his youthful age, and our hood was a hot war zone, so he was down and supportive with everything the homies was doing. So I got nothing but love for Skip because I know him in my youthful days when he was youthful, fighting for something that we thought was a good cause, homie. And now he fighting for a better cause to bring us all together, Crips, Bloods, Hispanics, and everybody. So shout out to Skip, homie. Nick Nat, congratulations. Hey, good looking out, relative. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging with y'all young, getting seasoned and getting laced, man. Getting prepared for this right here. What's up with Big Pint? You got any Queen Street Blood stories you could kick? Hell yeah, I got some Queen Street Blood stories I can kick. I got a gang of them, homie, and actually, I'm trying to get everything where I can properly critique it on how the Queen Street Bloods formulated the whole B blood thing on them, and how the hood was influential on them. So I'm putting that all together, homie. Down to our squabbling with loves and hugs and all that. So I'm putting that together, homie. Hell yeah, I got a gang of Queen Street Blood history. That's like my second home over there. Dude, they wanted me to be from Queen Street, but I was already inside the neighborhood power rules. But the homies' hoods was active, totally active back then. To me, it was like a little east side hood that was on the west side, homie, but it used to be cracking. So yeah, I'm a send some. You knew Baby Hawk? Yeah, I knew Baby Hawk. I got a story on with me and Baby Hawk and another homeboy when I had me and another blood homie got down when we was in juvenile hall. I'm gonna send that story because Baby Hawk was there. Spit a quick one. What type of quick one real quick? Psycho, did you know any of those dudes in the Slipping with the Bloods in the 20s documentary? I knew KK. I didn't know everybody else. Chili Mo Slim. What's good, G-Half? What's up, Chili Mo? What's up, loved one? A quick Queen Street Blood story. I can't kick no quick one, homie, because they go, you know what I'm saying? They go in the time, homie, you know what I'm saying? But I can shout out a couple homeboys, Low Blow, Queen Street Blood, Do Dirty, Buku them, homie. The Bandits, homie. OG Duke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The big homeboy Dollar Bill, all the homeboys over there. Yeah, all them dudes over there. But yeah, I got some good stories, man. I kick one up, man. I want to put them all together though, probably like a serious damn near, homie. You know what I'm saying? You ever met Bloodhound from the 20s? No, I never got a chance to meet Bloodhound, but I heard of him, and all the stuff he put down for this, homie, before you know what I'm saying, he reconditioned himself. G-Half, you remind me of G-Vamp Capone. You remind me of G-Vamp Capone. KK, he came to Dallas and show love to the young 415 East Dallas Bloods. Yeah, KK. KK was with me when I got bust on before. I had got shot with KK before. It was a TV show called Peacemaker that was trying to squash the beef between the hoods in LA. Did you hear about it and what happened to it? Hey, man, they should have kept that show running, man. I heard it was some haterism with the brother that was running the show. I heard it was some little haterism involved, homie. So they probably hated him out of what he was doing, homie. Do you think NHPs influenced the QSBs to put the B on there? They were dancer crew at night. Yeah, homie. If you ask some authentic big homeboys from there, and that's why I'm gonna tell the story because it's very important that a lot of people know how the Queen Street Bloods put the B on there and who was influenced. Because we had the Inglewood families. A lot of Inglewood families was influenced for a lot of hoods to put the B on they blood or the crews or the sets that the homies was establishing back in the days. But you had other hoods outside the families that helped push other homies to adopt that B and that P too. So I feel that Queen Street Blood NHP story, that's gonna be pretty good, homie, because we was next door neighbors and we hold a bond and we shared a lot of members. Either a lot of our members turned Queen, or a lot of Queens turned NHPs, or a lot of them NHPs and Queen Streets claim both, homie, from the beginning of the time to now. Some of our members share both hoods, cues to the rules, homie. I love that show. He was putting it in good work. Anything to stop the violence. It seemed like the power to be don't want it to happen. Yeah, man. How you feel about Paquema Paru Bloods being P's and B's? Shout out to the homeboy Bebo, T-Roo, the homie Bullock, I think, homie, and all the rest of the homies from 2Ps and the B. I got love for the homies from Paquema, homie, on everything, homie. I think the homie Messi them was from 2Ps and the B. So I got love for the homies out there. Good looking G.stuff. I always wondered their history. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that with the Queen Street Bloods, homie. I'm gonna put that together, homie. Ingle Love, homie, ING, man. I'm gonna tap out, homie, one love, and that as BJ will say, peace and blessings, homie. And we gonna run it up tomorrow, man. And don't forget to go catch that story BJ dropped with Frog from Raymond Crip, homie. That was a good, funny, gangster, historical story right there, homie. And we don't really catch them all the time like that. You have any underground Crip stories? I ain't got no underground stories. Maybe a 111 story. You knew any Lincoln Parks? Ain't Mitchie Slick from Lincoln? And I think the homie Ryder was from Lincoln. Salute to the neighborhood worldwide all the time, homie. Chili Mo Slim, good looking out. And yeah, man, salute. And I'm gonna try to catch in for we can live on up tomorrow, probably around 9 o'clock, man. And I'm gonna try to squeeze a good classic squabble story out, man. I want to send one out with love to one of my homegirl mamas. That gangster story gonna be wrapped around her because we got a lot of mamas and fathers that was hood mothers and fathers that love the homies and we love them. And as them getting older, man, you get to looking at some of the homies, mothers that got older or fathers that got older in the turf. And it's sad sometimes because that's a part of our history as well, seeing them when they was younger and they younger youth time. It's all sad, homie. So we got good stories involving them too, homie, that I'ma send, homie, with love, homie. So shout out and hope everybody was able to retrieve that phone number so we can start hearing voices speak and reflect on some of the stuff we talking about, homie. Did your parents bang? Moms them, at the beginning, moms then everybody was kind of like cripping or something. So, She had affiliation ties through my uncles then, but I don't really recall her just like put on a set really running with dudes like that. But some of us turn our families out by just our lifestyles, homie. You know, once they adopted and just settled in on this what we gonna do, some of our lifestyle reflects on our parents and fathers and aunts, uncles and nieces and nephews, and we put that hood in all our peoples. What if someone gets put off the hood, but they still live there? I didn't know people that I didn't been around, homie, where we put dudes on, and they fathers probably was came up in the neighborhoods, and they come back and want to get a refund for their child. What I mean by that is with a refund for their child, they want their child to get put off and get their child back from the gang. And I didn't seen that a few times, and we granted that because it'd be a couple cats out the neighborhood that came up with some of the original members, and that kids would come get put on, and they'll bring them back like, hell no, man, this can't happen, man. Can you run dude off if he got to get put off, run him up, and let me take him back home, homie. So it all depends. He needs some 30 power rules and watch circle city stories. Never really hear much of them no more. Yeah, we got a couple of them stories coming up. He said he got some few circle rule stories and 30 rule stories and stuff like that, homie. So yeah, and then the homies got the number. So homie, yeah, me and BJ, we on a platform, but the number's open for other homies that's blood and Crips and other people that want to call that number and might want to share some historical, homie. And that's why we put that number up there, because it might be another Damu homeboy that can send a good story and send some messages in a different type of way, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because we all send it different, homie. Much love. Like I said, it done ran into midnight, homie. And shit, man. G.stuff, not ye stuff. And once again, appreciate the tap in and salute, homie. I'm out of here.